everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury. Welcome to my channel. It's my daily vlog, so whatever I'm up to is what you're gonna see. Today, I wanted to do some baking. One of my favorite things to do around the holidays is to make cookies. And I'm gonna take two recipes that I have and mush them together. We're gonna make a new take on double chocolate peppermint cookies. So, to the kitchen. So I'm here with the ingredient lineup. So what you're gonna need, coconut oil, and it has to be in its solid form. If it's melted, you're gonna have to put it in the fridge or the freezer for a little bit to make it solid again. We're gonna need honey, both vanilla and peppermint extract, cocoa powder, almond flour, baking soda, salt, and an egg. My egg's still in the fridge. So what we're gonna do, we're just like if this were to have butter and you would cream the butter and the sugar, we're gonna cream the coconut oil and the honey. So these are gonna get creamed together. And then we're gonna, do the wets and the dries and it all gets mixed up and voila, cookies. 2 tablespoons of the coconut oil and 3 tablespoons of the honey. One, 2. Oops, I want to make sure we get all of that. And I measure honey by count. I count to 5, and that's a tablespoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should be 3 tablespoons of honey. So now you can either take a hand mixer and you could cream it with a electric beater. But this coconut oil is so soft that I can just use the spatula. So the idea is to really break up that coconut oil, keeping it solid and really integrating the honey into it and also pushing some air into it. Okay, so this is what I mix it to. So it looks like that, it spreads like that. That looks good. Oops. That looks good to me. Now we're gonna add the wet ingredients. So that's gonna be the egg, and our extracts. So first one is the vanilla, and that's gonna be half a teaspoon. Then the peppermint. This one is going to be 3/4 of a teaspoon, so a little bit more. Oh, it's brand new, gotta open it. I'm going to mix this all up. Next up, we have to put all of our dry ingredients together. So I'm just going to do that in a regular bowl and mix up all the dry ingredients. Once those are all combined, I'm going to put them in with the wet, mix them all up. First up, the almond flour. That's going to be 2 cups. 1/3 of a cup of cocoa. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to take a spoon and mix it around. Very gently because this is pretty full. And I don't want to lose any of this precious goodness. Okay, then once we get like this where it looks mostly chocolatey, pull this bowl of the liquid back, and in she goes. Okay, now I'm going to mix this all up and get it all combined. Mix, mix, mix. Whoosh. Mix, mix, mix. So once you get it like this, where it's a dough, and it really pulls away from the bowl, right? You really want it to all have come together. Last step, chocolate chips. I forgot to mention these at the beginning, but you know, it's kind of assumed. You're making chocolate chip cookies, there's gonna be chocolate chips in them. So these chocolate chips, I actually make myself. I have another video, I'll put a card up here. And what I do is I melt down baker's chocolate and I add in honey. And then I pour it into chip molds. And then these are the chocolate chips I can have. So I'm going to be adding in about a half a cup of chocolate chips. And this part is totally to taste. If you like them super chocolatey, if you like them less chocolatey, add more, use less, whatever, you know, fits your palate. And I am just going to mush them into the dough, right? You don't want to work it too hard, but you want it incorporated. You don't want like chips on one side and not on the other, right? You want it to be pretty evenly distributed. So we just need to use a little bit of elbow grease here and just push those chips through the dough. Just push them in through the dough. There we go. Okay. So now my chips are pretty well incorporated in there. Next up, we're going to put them in rounded spoonfuls onto the cookie sheet. These don't rise, they don't really melt, they just are what they are. So whatever shape that you leave them in on the cookie sheet is the finished shape they will be in. So if you like a flat cookie, shape it as a flat cookie. If you like a mounded cookie, like a macaroon shape, leave it as a mounded cookie. They're not like traditional flour, like wheat chocolate chip cookies where they sort of like melt out as they cook. That's not going to happen here. So let me get the silicone baking mat and the cookie sheet and we'll start putting out our rounded spoonfuls. Here we go. Silicone baking sheet and the cookie sheet. Lay those out just like that. 2 spoons. And we go scoop. We make sure that there's some chocolate chips in there. Sort of do like an eyeball of it as you go. And then I'm gonna push them down into the shape I want them to be. Whoops. So you might have noticed about halfway I started just using my hands. It's totally acceptable to do that. What I was finding was happening is the dough was so soft when I was trying to put them into the cookie shape with the spoons, the spoons were just chopping into the cookies and instead of shaping them. So I was just using my hands and it just works so much faster and easier. So totally okay to use your hands, just it is a bit more messy. So now this tray of goodies is going into the oven for about 8 minutes. Okay, the cookies are out of the oven. And here we go. Look at this. Look how good that looks. Look at it. Oh, yeah, look at that. Let's give it a taste. They're real good. This is very good. They're not super sweet, so you could always add honey if you wanted it to be more sweet. And the mint is there, but it's not overpowering. So it's like, it definitely has this mint kick, but it's not like toothpaste. It's, how do I describe this? It's like, I mean, like a thin mint or like an Andes mint or something like that, where it's like, you know, there's mint there, but it doesn't only taste like mint. Like an Andes mint, you know, there's chocolate too. This is good, and it's like a soft batch style cookie. Yep. These are really good. I'm so glad I made these. I'm going to go and finish my cookie, and I'm going to enjoy my night, and I hope that you all do the same. And until tomorrow, everybody, stay inspired by. Take care.